So could Algorand become one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies? I think it is highly probable, especially with all the partnerships, news, and developments that are going on for this coin. I'm going to give you a really good price analysis if you want to enter a trade with Algorand. So let's get started. So some of the biggest contenders in this market has definitely been Ethereum Competitors, layer 1 smart contract cryptocurrencies. They have definitely been taking the market by storm. It's no surprise that, in the top 40 cryptocurrencies, like most of them are Ethereum Competitors. But because of this, it can be really hard to decipher how one is superior to another or inferior to another, or like what makes them different, what makes them special. You can kind of get lost in this like, wow, there's so many Ethereum competitors, like how am I differentiating them? But Algorand really has been lost and I think undervalued. And I'm going to give you a lot of indications why the technology is so substantial and why it is literally one of the biggest Ethereum competitors out there. Okay, so Scaramucci, the guy that like loved Donald Trump, worked for Donald Trump in the White House, and then they had that big falling out. Now he hates Donald Trump. That guy, his company, has secured $100 million for an Algorand fund. The firm has also previously applied for both Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, something that is probably going to be the norm for a lot of big institutions like this. But Scaramucci revealed that the firm was starting an Algorand fund that would be capped at $250 million and has already raised over $100 million. Okay, so additionally, the fintech app Titan has added Algorand to their crypto managed portfolio. And the reason for this is because the company believes that Algorand will outperform the benchmark as adoption continues to grow. And quote, these new cryptos represent what Titan believes to be great long-term compounders in line with the Titan's time-tested investment philosophy. So I didn't realize how big drone racing is, but I looked into it recently and it's crazy big, yo. Like it is such a big sport. And Algorand has signed a deal with Drone Racing League, $100 million multi-year deal. This article says that the deal sees Algorand get the title rights to the Drone Racing League World Championships event for the next 5 years, and the league will utilize Algorand to broadcast events and showcase streaming channels. Now, a lot of people don't realize like the benefits that come from combining sports with blockchain and how much sports can benefit off the use of combining blockchain into their whole entire arena. So Algorand is not only working with the El Salvadorian government to help them develop their blockchain government infrastructure, but they're also working with Circle. And if you don't know what Circle is a global financial technology firm that enables businesses of all sizes to harness the power of stablecoins and public blockchain for payments. Now, USDC is actually my favorite stablecoin. I sometimes use USDT when I need to trade, but there are some dodgy aspects to USDT. But USDC is my like personal, like just I believe it's safer and more stable, secure. USDC is my go-to. It is and I think it's growing as well as one of the more popular stable coins, and Algorand is working with USDC. So Algorand will be the first blockchain with a stablecoin implementation based on that framework that is powered by USDC. This will allow people to easily move funds between traditional banks and card networks to digital dollars on the Algorand blockchain. Algorand is helping Circle and USDC create a foundation for developing a wide range of scalable, secure, and compliant financial applications. Algorand also brings unparalleled speed with low transaction fees needed to power these stablecoins. Something that I've noticed is really overlooked when it comes to Algorand is the fact that they're going carbon negative. Now, carbon negative is a step further from carbon neutral, where carbon neutral is literally where you're balancing out the level of carbon dioxide that you put in the atmosphere. But carbon negative is taking it to that next level. It's taking carbon dioxide from the atmosphere more than what you would have admitted. So you can imagine the benefits of that. And if you're an environmentally conscious community, person, government, corporation, well, Algorand's going to start looking quite appealing to you. So one of the reasons I think you shouldn't undermine the fact that Algorand is going carbon negative is the fact that the mini bear market we had in the midst of this 2021 bull run in May was basically the catalyst for it was when Elon Musk made that tweet about suspending Bitcoin payments for Tesla because of growing environmental concerns, growing energy concerns. So even though it might not be like a big thing that lights up the eyes of retail investors, it's in the back of the minds of corporations and governments everywhere. It is definitely a concern, and Algorand is like one of those cryptocurrencies that's going to really shine out from the rest when it comes to making a decision about what blockchain to use for your corporation or what blockchain to use for your government. Okay, so I just want to let everyone know that I'm actually currently in this trade. Algorand was one of the coins that I was buying up pretty heavily when we had that massive dip in September, and I bought in and around this $1.60 mark, and I'm pretty happy about it. So just diving into the DEA right now, I just kind of want to remind you guys that markets always kind of consolidate in ranges. And the most common consolidation pattern is the triangle pattern, which we see. And, you know, usually you don't see a perfect triangle, but usually it's like kind of like this like weird looking wedge. But right now it's a pretty good looking triangle, which is nice. So you see that we tried to break resistance at around $2, and there usually is always like a psychological level with whole numbers, and we failed to break that resistance at $2 multiple times. Here, 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 and here. But that's okay, because as long as we're pushing up, we're ascending on the support line, that's good, because pressure is building, and eventually that leads to a breakout. And remember, you can't just have a triangle or ascending triangle or whatever it might be pattern appear without already having a trend occurred. So we need to have a previous uptrend to support the breakout, and we already have that. Our previous all-time high was the beginning of September, and it was $2 in and around $2.40, and that's a confirmation that this is primed for that breakout. We're not overbought, oversold on the RSI. The RSI looks really steady, and you know I always like to check the Ichimoku cloud, and that's just to confirm that we are indeed in a trend, and we are definitely in a trend on the daily chart. I honestly think like this chart is ready, like it's primed for a breakout. And what's so great is that when we are getting those dips, we are getting those large spikes in volume, which is what I want to see. That means when people are seeing Algorand go down, they're like, yep, I need to snap this up. That's always a really good sign. As I said, really good chart, really good TA, ready for a good breakout. I'm currently staking 30% of my Algorand on the Atomic wallet, and I'm earning a 7.2% staking reward, which is better than the Exodus wallet, which is another desktop wallet that I like to use. But the Atomic wallet kind of wins out in this regard because the staking reward is a lot higher. And yeah, 30% of my Algorand, I just plan to keep there for the long term, and the rest I plan to sell in the short term. So if you like this video, please like it, leave a comment. And if you would like a video about another coin that I think has so much upside potential that is just broken out, please watch my video on Harmony 1. Thanks, and I hope to see you next time.